There is one Italian manufacturer that is synonymous with the love of cars. Some even say that you're not a true petrolhead until you've owned an Alfa Romeo. Now I don't feel like that's quite the case anymore these days. Here is my modern day Alfa Romeo Giulietta, but I don't feel like it brings across that message the same way it used to. And let me tell you why. But before we begin, let's take a flashback. Before World War II, Alfa Romeo was one of the world's greatest automakers. Its cars were beautiful to look at and fabulous to drive, with some of the best engineers of a generation behind them. But after the war, Alfa was hurting.
In the Pacific, in mortal combat against a fanatic foe, the Kamikaze Corps, the Japanese pilots who rode the divine wind to certain suicide and possible devastation of our ship.
Many of Alfa's manufacturing warehouses were targeted and destroyed during the war because they were instructed to help build airplane engines. But Alfa never lost their love to innovate. So it needed a car to remind people of its greatness. And here is where they released the first ever Giulietta. And it was a sales hit. It was beautiful and sleek. It had a 1.3 litre engine capable of 80 horsepower. This is what Alfa was all about. Great design and top-notch engineering. So that was the first generation Giulietta. What's it like now? Probably nothing like it. Due to the modern market and Alfa's focus for the Giulietta for mass appeal, it has lost a lot of its originality. Or has it? You see, Alfa Romeos always had a touch of feminine elements when it came to design. They were more curvy, a little more beautiful, as opposed to more aggressive looking. And if you look at Alfa's history of cars, it's always been the case. Now obviously, as you can see, I have added my own touches and preferences to this one. As a big car enthusiast, for me personally it's very important to modify my cars, to make them unique and to stamp my authority that this one here is specifically my car and not just another one from the production line. Remember when I mentioned you're not a true car enthusiast unless you've owned an Alfa? Well, that might have been the case 50 years ago, as Alfa was solely focused on performance and style, that reliability was shunned away. Well, here's a benefit of modern day technology. You can have both. And I can do this 3 times faster than the old Giulietta could. So maybe modern day technology hasn't taken too much of a bad toll on the new Giulietta. Let's talk about what's under the hood. Even though the first Giulietta was made 59 years before this one I've got here, they're actually very similar. The old one had a 1.3 litre engine, this one here is a 1.4 litre engine. And that's about where all the similarities end. My one here has modern day technology and a fat turbo, pushing 168 brake horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. But you see, it could be even faster. However, the modern age also has its own modern problems. Manufacturers these days have to meet insanely strict emissions targets. And since this Giulietta is targeted for the mass market, not everyone is a petrol head. So some performance had to be sacrificed. Great news is, this one has been tuned by us, which saw the figures rise up to 195 horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque. And now for 1.4 litre, it's mega fast. If you'd like to know how much power we can get from your engine with our stage 1 remaps, fill in our quote form on our website at cherrytuning.co.uk. To summarise, even though the modern Giulietta had to concede to modern day entry level hatchback requirements, and it might be nothing like the original Giulietta, however, it's still got a presence of the Alfa Romeo soul. It might only be a little bit, but enough for me to smell and follow the scent to fall in love with the brand.